This week on Healthy Living, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We focus on the leading cancer in women worldwide. And Tanzanian oncologist Dr. Nuru Saleh shares some insight on breast cancer prevention and treatment. Plus, young and old in Ghana work in solidarity to keep breast cancer at bay and honor patients. Finally, breast cancer survivor Aisha Ramadhani shares her challenges and victories during her journey with breast cancer. That's in this edition of Healthy Living. Hello and welcome to another episode of Healthy Living. I'm Linor Moudou. 685,000. That's the number of people worldwide who lost their lives to breast cancer in 2020. And 2.3 million women were diagnosed with the disease the same year, according to the World Health Organization. Breast cancer is a disease in which abnormal breast cells grow out of control and form tumors. If left unchecked, the tumors can spread throughout the body and become fatal. Women have the greatest risk of developing cancer in the breast. However, WHO reveals that up to 1% of breast cancers occur in men. Medical experts say certain factors increase the risk of breast cancer, such as age, obesity, tobacco and alcohol use, and family history of breast cancer. Over 60% of people who lose their lives to this form of cancer live in developing countries where most cases are diagnosed in late stages. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month worldwide. In Nigeria, the disease has continued to rise and now accounts for approximately 23% of all new cancer cases. Gilbert Temba reports from Abuja.
Favor Etuk is one of thousands of women diagnosed with breast cancer this year. In July 2019, she discovered a mass on her breast that was deemed benign by doctors. Etuk's experience with cancer encapsulates the healthcare system challenges faced by patients in African countries like Nigeria.
Though I had to lose both breasts because I had a double mastectomy along the line, but since my last treatment up till now, I'm good. All my test results keep coming out okay. And though there's still the mental challenge because it takes a while for you to really accept it that this is your new life, but I'm getting there.
Unlike Etuk, thousands of women in Nigeria do not have the same opportunity with breast cancer. Lack of early diagnosis and therefore early detection increases the burden of the disease in the country.
Most of the patients are not aware of what's happening to them, so they tend to present very late. Then another one is reaching diagnosis from the time the case is discovered, and at the same time paying out of pocket to support the treatment of the case. So majority of the patients are not covered by NHIS.
At the oncology department of the National Hospital in Abuja, breast cancer patients have appointments 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. At least 40 to 50 patients are consulted at the clinic daily. Hadiza Kizito is one of them.
Breaking the news to me was devastating, which is normal for everybody who's been diagnosed with cancer. It was not a pleasant news. But after my first consultation with my doctor here, he calmed the situation and told me to remove fear from me. And throughout the period of my treatment, it was perfect. Everything went on well.
Government data reveals that breast cancer is now the most common malignancy among women in Nigeria. Experts say it is likely that this will become a significant public health problem in the coming years.
Basically, what we do is to create that awareness for people to know that yes, breast cancer exists, and to teach them on how we can prevent it, on how we can detect it early.
Statistics show that many breast cancer patients in Nigeria are premenopausal women with advanced stage of the disease. And among women aged 40 to 49, 1 in 4 cases of cancer is not detected during a mammogram.
Dr. Nuru Saleh is an oncologist in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. She shares some insight on breast cancer prevention and treatment.
The first presentation, or the most common one, is a lump in your breast, which is usually immobile. That is, it's not movable, and it may be attached to the skin of the breast or the chest wall. Also, a lump in your axilla or your armpit could also be an indication of breast cancer. Another symptom could be skin changes on the breast itself. So there may be like reddening of the skin, or what we call skin dimpling, which is when the skin resembles the peel of an orange, or what we call peau d'orange. So that's another symptom. Another one could be nipple retraction or nipple discharge. So the general approach would include 3 areas that a patient can have: surgery, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy. It depends on the stage of the disease. If they're caught early and the mass is very small, then the patient may start with surgery, followed by chemotherapy. At age 25, if you have family history of cancer, ideally you should start screening. Or if you have a relative or a mom, maybe that she died or she has breast cancer, ideally you need to start screening 10 years before they were diagnosed. So if they were diagnosed at 40 years, at 30 years you need to start screening. Cancer diagnosis is a big diagnosis, and it comes with emotional issues. But for me, I would say early detection saves lives. If you're diagnosed early, it is more likely that your treatment will make you cured. You can be doing a self-breast exam at home. You can do it with your hand, and there are videos that show what to do. And once you see a lump, you just go to a hospital. If you're less than 40, they do an ultrasound. And if you're more than 40, a mammogram would be done. And not all lumps are cancerous. Healthy diet, exercise, you limit the use of alcohol, no smoking. Those all, they can help build a better immunity for you.
Thousands of people marched on the streets of Ghana's capital, Accra, to raise awareness of breast cancer. Event organizers aim to dispel myths about breast cancer in Africa and encourage early detection for a cure. Sinanu Tord reports from Accra.
Thousands of people from corporate Ghana, student bodies and international agencies, as well as breast cancer survivors themselves, gathered in Accra on October 7th to take part in a breast cancer awareness march themed Walk for the Cure. According to event organizer Breast Care International, more than 4,650 women in Ghana are diagnosed with breast cancer every year, and about half lose their lives to the disease.
A lot of patients report late to the hospital, so late that very little can be done for them. And so it became very important for us to create the needed awareness, to let people understand that breast cancer is not caused by witchcraft. It's not a spiritual disease, that is a hospital disease, and it can be survived.
Stigmatization also hinders victims of breast cancer in Ghana from seeking early treatment, says survivor Benita Ogbona. She lost her mother to breast cancer in 2001 and was later diagnosed with the disease in 2018. She says she had to survive the cancer mostly by herself and a few friends for the fear of stigmatization.
Even some of my family members, I didn't tell them. Reason was that I didn't want anybody to give me a negative energy, because there's so many things people say about cancer or someone having it. Some people can start keeping a distance with you. That's where the stigma comes in. Some people will start telling you it's spiritual, just like they told us when my mother died. They said 3 people killed her. It was spiritual.
20-year breast cancer survivor Vivian Jesisafo says by marching the streets of Accra, She and others like her hope to unveil the myths associated with breast cancer and normalize women seeking of treatment.
I'm very happy to be part of the work to show myself to women who are coming for the work and women all over that breast cancer is not a death sentence. Once you are diagnosed of breast cancer, just allow yourself for early meaningful treatment.
The World Health Organization says 5-year breast cancer survival rates in sub-Saharan Africa stand at a dismal 40% compared with over 90% in most high-income countries. Breast Care International hopes to change that. Sana Anutod, VOA News, Accra.
Joining us in the studio is Aisha Ramadhani. A few years ago, Aisha faced the dreadful diagnosis of breast cancer. After a challenging journey through treatment, she is now cancer-free. Feeling the need to reach out to others who may face a similar experience, she has shared her vulnerabilities and victories in the compelling book titled Beyond the Diagnosis. Aisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
This is a compelling book, as I said, about your experience with breast cancer. Now, you were diagnosed at the age of 40.
Yes.
Take us back to that moment when you went in the beginning of the year to get a regular checkup.
Yes, yes. It was January of 2014 when I went in to get my very first mammogram at the age of 40. Because that's the age recommended for people to begin their mammogram. I went in like any normal day to have my breast examination. I did the mammogram. It was looked at immediately by a radiologist, only for her to have mentioned that maybe I should do a biopsy or a 6 months follow-up because there was an abnormal area that was found. And that is how we came to be to this journey now.
Did you have any indication, any signs, your health, anything making you think that maybe you were not feeling well?
No, there were absolutely no signs. There was no indication. The only way I was able to know of anything was on that mammogram exam.
So you chose bilateral mammectomy. Why did you choose that option?
I didn't want to have to go through the whole overwhelming anxiety process of every year going back to get a mammogram and thinking again, has it come back? Is it there? Has it moved to another breast? Is it? So for me, I felt the best thing to do was to absolutely just have both breasts removed. I'm thankful at the time I had my 4 children. I had already breastfed.
What about for women that are scared of getting a mammogram? Because it's really frightening to think about that experience. Yes. Even getting a regular checkup every year is it's stressful for many women. What do you say to these women?
As stressful, as scary as it might be, it is very, very necessary. It is very necessary. And the thing with breast cancer or with any illness, when you catch it early, you're able to get treatment a lot faster, a lot earlier. If you can, get a friend, get a family member to go with you, but it's very important and necessary to have it done regularly.
And last, beyond the diagnosis, what will readers take away from this?
Stand in serenity of your faith and that you'll be okay. Just know that you're not by yourself because there's so many other women going through it, and that you just know that there's someone else that can either help you through by word, just comfort.
Aisha, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching Healthy Living. For the latest news and coverage, stay connected to Voice of America at voaafrica.com. You can follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Linor Mudu. That's our show for today. Until next time, stay well and strive to make every day a healthy day.